welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a first impression slash tutorial because in my last video, if you didn't see it, it was a first look at the Zoeva Rose Golden brush set volume 2. So I thought I would give my first impression of the brushes, which technically it's my second impression because I tried out the brushes yesterday, but I was in a rush and I had no time to film. So I'm going to do that today, and it was only once, so you know, I don't really have that much of an impression yet. And then I thought I would do a tutorial as well, just for you to see how the brushes work and how I use them and how you can get certain looks with it. So that's what we're doing today. So if you want to see the first impression and see the tutorial, keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I do is I usually take my lip conditioner, which this one is Jersey Shore Sun. I think I got it in an Ipsy bag. But I really love it because it's vanilla coconut cream and it's really good tasting because I use this a lot of times with the ColourPop liquid lipsticks because they're very drying, and so I usually put this on beforehand, which I'm doing today, to make it more hydrating and not as cracky and stuff. Plus I have really dry lips, so I'm gonna put this on just to start the day. I'm really all about samples when I get them, and I won't use the actual products I have until my samples are gone. So I'm going to prime my face, and I'm going to use 2 different primers in sample size bottles. I have the Smashbox Photofinish primer, which I have in a full size bottle, but I want to use this one first. And then I have the POREfessional from Benefit. I'm going to use these 2 to prime my face. And I like to use them both for better coverage for my pores. So obviously the POREfessional is specifically to minimize your pores. I'm just taking these 2 and putting them on the back of my hand and combining them together. And then I'm just going to apply it specifically to my T-zone. And if you see me looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at my mirror.
I have combination skin, I feel like, so I would say it's way more oily than anything else, but it means I have huge pores, which is very sad, but it's fact of life, you know.
So we're going to do our eyebrows first. So I'm using the brow pencil, number 322, and I'm going to go in with my NYX Tame Frame eyebrow pomade. So I'm going to just dip my brush in here, just to get some product on the brush, and then I like to tap it on the back of my hand so I don't get excess, because if you get too much of pomade, you're screwed.
So I just outline my natural arch for my eyebrow, and then I just fill it in. Nothing too fancy.
So when I'm done with the actual pomade part, I go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I'm in dark brown for this. I fill in the front of my brows because for the pomade it is pretty bold, so I don't want to put the pomade all over my eyebrow because it'll look like, I don't know, really thick and just not good.
This one tends to be a little easier, but I'm going to say that. And it's going to be weird, I just know it. I'm really not sure why that song is even in my head right now. Why are you acting like that? Why?
Okay, and then when you're done with your eyebrows, you should always put gel on them or wax so everything stays into place and they don't like come off during the day or whatever. So I'm doing that. So I saw a lot of reviews with this brush about not being able to use it correctly or it taking time to learn, but I honestly didn't have a great brush beforehand, so this is like a godsend. I feel like it decreases the time that I have to do it. I used to do it with an angled brush. It was an e.l.f. angled brush. It was just awful. It was awful. So I really like it. Now the next thing I do is I prime my eyelids. I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and I use it in Eden. I really like having a primer and a base all in one. So I put that on the lid like so. So I think we're going for like a plummy golden look maybe. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, but we're gonna use a few different palettes for it. First palette we're gonna use for the purple is this Tarte Eyecandy palette. We're gonna go in with the 228 Luxe Crease. So it's this one. We're gonna go in with this shade right here, but I'm just gonna put this all in my crease, not being, you know, concise with it or anything. I just want this to be our transition shade. So I'm gonna apply it like this. I really like how this is, it like really gets into the crease, which I really like. Now I'm gonna brush off the excess of the brush. I'm gonna apply a lighter shade, so I'm gonna apply this grayish purplish color and just plop it right here in the crease and on the lid a little bit. But we're gonna go in with this dark purple. And again, dust off your brush so it's clean. Just tap it in, and then you can hit it off the side to get the excess off. And then we're gonna really go into this corner.
Into the outer V. And down there. Dust it on there, blend it all in. We know blending is the key to success.
Now we are gonna go in with the Morphe 350 palette. But before that, I guess I'll talk about the one we just used. I really liked it. I think it really gets in the crease, and as you saw, I used 3 different colors for it, so you can really use this for your whole eye. It's really universal. You can use it for a lot of different things, and I just really like the point, and I might like it more than my MAC 217, but we'll see about that. Okay, so I'm going in with the 234 Luxe Smoky Shader for my overall lid. I'm just gonna take this white shade and put it in the corner. If you don't know about Morphe shadows, they do not have names, so you just have to point.
So I'm just gonna lightly dust that in the corner a little bit like, and then do this to the other eye.
We're gonna go back in with a 228 and without any product, just lightly blend this right here. Blend it a little bit, like so. So to kind of blend this all together, actually, I'm gonna add a little bit of a gold accent to this. So I'm gonna take this smoky shader again and take this really pretty color. I'm gonna try to use a brush. Usually with these colors I use my fingers, so we're gonna use a brush and then see how it goes, okay? But I'm going in with this color right here, and it's really pretty and really gold, and I don't even have my Fix Plus, so we're really living on a prayer. We're just gonna put a little bit here. I'm seeing that it's not really picking up much product here, but like I said, I usually use my fingers, so it just might be the shadows.
There we go. It's looking quite nice. Then we're just gonna do the other eye.
Okay, and then again, the 228, buff that out a little bit.
Blend it all together. Then on this side.
I honestly want a little bit more gold, so I'm just gonna tap my finger in there really lightly and brush it on there. That's the ticket. Okay, so we have some technical difficulties due to the fact that I really suck with gel liner or cream liner or any kind of liner that's not already like in a tube. So I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys and tell you that my makeup was destroyed and I had to redo it. So this brush, if you're good at wing liner with a gel or whatever, it's really good. I am not very good at it. With this brush, I noticed I wish it was a little more dense and a little more because it just felt like really flimsy when I was putting the liner on. So that would be my only complaint. I wish it was a little denser. But that's all I can say about that. I did do my liner with my go-to liner, the Maybelline Line Stiletto liner, and it has an applicator like this, and I prefer it. And that's that. So I did do eyeliner, but not with the thing that I was supposed to do it with. So the next step we're gonna do is the top lashes, and I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash, which is pretty much my go-to mascara right now. So if you don't know me, I have really long lashes, so I don't really feel the need to put much mascara on, and I don't ever really put
falsies on. I did once and I really liked it, so I want to try to do it again.
So that's done. Now we're gonna stop doing our eyes for a second and actually move on to something else. So we are gonna do our foundation next, and I'm gonna use the Revlon Colorstay. I'm in 200 Nude. So the way I do it is, this doesn't have a pump or anything, so I just put some on the back of my hand and then use the brush to put it on. So for this one, we will be using the 104 Buffer brush. So this is her. And so I'm just gonna take a little bit, just a little bit, and then dot it on and then buff it out.
This brush is really soft. I really like it a lot. But if I had to complain about anything, I really wish it was a little more dense, because I feel like it's moving around a lot, and I personally don't like that. That would be my complaint. I think I just need to get used to this brush, because it's pretty different compared to the one I was using. It's kind of different, not that much different, but kind of different. I use the Face Expert brush by Real Techniques for my foundation.
Now we're gonna go in with my under eye concealer. I have the Age Rewind by Maybelline, which I really like. And as you can tell, I'm almost out. So I just put this under my eyes like so. And then I'm gonna take the same buffer brush to just buff it out.
This is not ideal. I feel like this brush is too big for this job, but I really wanted to do everything with the brushes.
So now that everything is set and I won't be like messing around with this area really anymore, I will finish my eyes. So I'm gonna take the smudger brush and I'm gonna go back into this pretty little palette, and I'm gonna just dab in to these two colors right here first. Just brush it along this line.
This is a really good finish. Really good.
And I'm gonna dab into the dark purple, just a little bit. Tap it on. So then I'm going to go in my next Jolie gel pencil. I'm just gonna put it in the waterline. So now I'm going to take any other mascara. I do not prefer this roller lash for your lower lash, in my opinion. It gets pretty crazy. So I have this Makeup Forever, again, sample size, Smoky Extravagant. So I'm gonna put that on my bottom lashes, and it has a spoolie like so, which I really like, the eyedropper. And that is that.
We take the 226 smudger again, make sure it's clean, go in with this white shade again, and put it just to highlight my brows really quickly like.
And now the eyes are complete. So we are gonna do our bronzer now. I'm using my Hoola bronzer, it's my go-to bronzer, and I'm going to use the Face Paint Moment. Paint Moment. Paint Moment. I think I just called out for my mother. We're gonna use the Luxe Face Paint brush, the 109, which I used a little bit. Just gonna dab it in here like so, tap, 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 and then start the contouring process.
You see just gives it that line. Come on here, don't be like that. And then just go up and down, like so. So, I'm just gonna blend that out. Blend, 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 blendy, blend, blendy, blend, blend, blend. And just give it that contour, and then blendy, blend.
Okay, so my contour is done. I'm going with the Luxe Cheek Finish brush. This one right here, which I said in my last video, it's really versatile. So I'm gonna dab it, dab it, dab it. And I'm gonna bronze up the rest of my face.
And I haven't used this brush for this purpose before, so we will see. It's really soft.
So that's done. So now we are gonna take that brush again, the 126 Luxe Cheek Finish, and this is by Model Co. Again, a sample. Here it is. Tap it, tap, tap it, and lightly just rose up our cheeks. So there's that. And I am going to use these brushes for everything, so I honestly think this face paint brush would also be good for the highlight. So I'm going to be using, both of my highlights are Becca. I am in love with Becca. This video is not endorsed by Becca. I have the Afterglow palette that came out recently. Looks like this. These three are highlights, these two are blushes. Moonstone, Rose Gold, Topaz, and then the blushes are Wild Honey and Flower Child. And then also on the other side I have the Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill. So I like to dip it in the Champagne Pop and then dip it in the Moonstone, brush it off, and then
Brush it on my cheeks like so. I'm just like really into highlight. I'm gonna do the same to the other cheek.
and then I'm just gonna take the Champagne Pop now and really go down my nose with it. Make sure that is covered. And then I'm going to take the smudger brush, 228, and dip it in lightly. And then just form it along my lips like so. Okay, so those are all the brushes. I'm going to talk about the ones that I didn't really talk about. The face paint brush I really love. It's really good at contouring. I don't usually contour, so this is like really good for me. And then you can see that you can put your highlight on with it. You can do the highlight down the nose. You can do a lot of things with this one. Clean up anything. I didn't really want a really defined contour or anything, but then the Luxe Cheek Finish, I really like it because it's really versatile, and I can do it for my blush, I can do it for my bronzer, I can do it, I could do it for a highlight. It's just a little more poofy. I had a little hard time blending everything out because it is so soft. It's so kind of like flip-floppy that it's hard to like really get in and blend everything. And then all of the eye brushes, I didn't really talk about the eye brushes that much, but I love them all. You can see, I already talked about the 228. I really love it. It does everything that I would want it to. I can do it for so many different things. The smudger brush, you saw that I used it for the under eye, I used it for my eyebrow highlight, and I even used it for my lip highlight. So it can also be used for a lot of different things. And then the 234 I used for my overall lid color, putting the gold and putting the white on there. It was really good for that, and I didn't have any complaints. And then the wing liner I already said, I wish it was a little more dense, but I suck at wing liner, so whatever. So I am going to now do my lips, and then we will be done. I'm gonna go in with my lip conditioner again just because they feel a bit dry again. And then I'm going in with Midi by ColourPop. I forgot a lip liner, so. But the eyes are so bold that I didn't want a bold lip or anything like that, so. Okay, so this is my final look using all of the Zoeva brushes in the Volume 2 Rose Golden set. I really like this set. I would recommend this set for everyone. They also have a Rose Golden Volume 1, obviously, and it was a toss-up for me to do the Volume 1 or the Volume 2. The reason I did the Volume 2 was I really liked the eye brushes, and for me, eye brushes are more important, pretty much more important than face brushes, because as you can see through this video, I spend a lot more time on my eyes than I do on my face. So that's why I got these. That being said, I love all the face brushes, even the buffer brush that's just a little harder to work with. Maybe I'll get used to it and it'll be fine. But the Volume 1, I could really see loving the face brushes, and they have a lot more face brushes. They have a concealer brush too, and just a lot of different things. If you're looking for more foundations and bronzers and blushes and all of that, I would recommend Volume 1. So I'll link that down below so you can go to that. But if you're more into the eye makeup, and you've seen how Volume 2 works, but if you're more into that, Volume 2 also has really great face brushes. You can get that set too. So I'll link it down below. Again, it was in my last video too, so you can go check out my last video if you want to see like my first impressions of like, well, this is the brush and this is how it is and that's that. You can go to that video, which I will also link down below. So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this look. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Please thumbs up this video if you liked me doing tutorials, if you liked me doing first impressions. Please comment down below if you have any questions, if you want to talk about the brushes and try to like figure out what set you would want to get, or maybe not get any set at all, but you can talk about the brushes. You can talk about maybe the different ways I use them, or if you have this set, let me know how you use each of these things, because everyone's going to use them differently. But yeah, that is all. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!